Kikubor ka Batesi TV. Lawan Rashapi taka Frank Motors, the all-new Altros. Now, with more exciting features.
Ka IZ Group of Institution Bangalore, kadai ka college babatam na banta ka jingpuli nursing but paramedical course, hospital training, kniyo scholarship but 6% ka kam, haki hospital bahedo ha India but shabari. Na banta ka jingpuli ka jingsiyo ka baret but pila bandaj puli da ka education loan. Pila urban chukol ha number khandai nyo saw san rio pranon lani khandai pran rio license an riway khandai pra.
Meghalaya College Teachers Association haka arpu pratrik unailar asa apulai. Kalayaiban bakam Pyrshah satya ban pentrekam yaka National Education Policy jongsnam arja arpau. Barkala Dawa your Vice Chancellor jongka School ba North Eastern Hills University u Professor P.S. Shukla ba uday ban Weng no mardor yaka notification bala penmi bat penbenapat ba haka bayade bakajing pentrekam no yaka National Education Policy nadu ubenai nailar asa apulai. Haka jengkram ikla pathai kubor bala lam khamat da ka president ka Dr. B.H. Buam kadi ka kunhun jo kino hikai college haka jila Meghalaya Brokaway kalapan paru ba ka jing pentrekam ya ka National Education Policy klem na pen kreb ha kan bu jing e hi ya ki samla puli but day halor kani ka nongrim ka seng kalapan paru ba wat kino hikai jong ka school ba Nehu ki Pyrshah ya kani ka jing Dawa jong ka association.
Over this last 1 month we have quietly observed how much, the facts of the matter, how it is being represented and how it is being misrepresented. And so we find that through this period of time, we as an association, we have been targeted. We have been targeted that it is unjustified. But then we kept quiet. Quiet observation, quiet reflection over the matter. We have been sullied and we have been portrayed as a group of teachers who are villains in this society. They look at us, they tarnish our image. But are we moved? No. We are unmoved. Had we moved in the very first week itself, when we made a declaration and announcement, we would all have succumbed and bowed down to the pressure. But here we stand united as members of the association. We are being looked as and labeled as a group of people who are uncaring and unprofessional. We are violating the professional code of conduct, the code of ethics. But then again, let me drive home the point. We are standing firm on our professional ethics. We have a moral standing that we have to deliver as nation builders. What do we want for the society in future? What do we want for the nation at large in future? Teachers are nation builders. We all are familiar and we have heard this often repeated phrase. So now the question comes, when we have been tarnished, we are not here to defend. We are not here to defend, to say that no, take away, this kind of accusation, the kind of, labeling that you have for us. We are here to show our resoluteness that we have a moral standing. This book, the document, the National Policy of Education by the Ministry of Education, if you read it in 4.28, it says that students will be taught at a young age the importance of doing what is right. Are we not doing what is right? When we stand on the truth, are we wrong? Did we err? As people, majority of the people think that we err. But then, This is a time we are here to set the narrative right. And that is to dispel the fears and apprehensions of the parents, of the students, and the public at large. Now, first, we ask this question: where was the injustice committed? It was unjust. It is unjustified. Where was injustice committed? Number two, did we err? I said and I reiterate, we did not err. And if the matter has to continue, we are daring to go, because the implementation of NEP, it was based on unsound, illogical, irrational foundation. And what do we expect from that basis, from that foundation? This we want to make it clear. The university has not invited us, but then over a period of time, we've seen voices that indicates that yes, the Meghalaya College Teachers Association, it stands for the truth, for the right, and for what is right. As a teacher myself, as a teacher, as a community of teachers who are all over spreading, this is what I have to say. We have our integrity, we have our justice. So we observe and uphold integrity and justice. So it is on that principles, on these principles, that we strongly oppose the unilateral decision overreach of the university and the Vice Chancellor. After the press conference, what happened? There were kind of statements being made that they do not recognize a community of teachers, that the academic council is not needed. It is the executive council which matters. I do not know. If we read it in between the lines, how do we read the statement and the situation? I have two things here to say. First, rules, about the regulations, about the ordinance, and we are talking about the rule of law. So where is the rule of law here? And number two, it could be the pride, the arrogance, or an agenda that is hidden that we do not know. But if you take a reading, closely look at it, these are the two things that surfaced. But then, let me tell you, all of us as an association, we agree. We stated, and I remember Professor Schiff saying, if we have wronged, if we are wrong in our demand, tell us. We are ready to apologize. But one thing is very clear, and I would like the esteemed members of the press to carry it through, that MCTA is not against NEP 2020. I repeat, MCTA is not against NEP 2020. Rather, the strong opposition, it is because of the hurriedness, of the high-handedness, of the overreach, of the abuse of power and authority by the Vice Chancellor. And I will not go into detail about what is all that. This sets this panel an open discussion for the day. Our General Secretary has ended up saying that when we came here, we came to demand for the withdrawal of that notification issued by the Officer on Special Duty dated July 12, 2023. And I said, we are ready to go on, to persist, to continue until this illogical, irrational, illegitimate order is withdrawn. I was made aware about the NEP 2020 in colleges only when the MCPC and the MCTA delegation went to meet the government to apprise of this matter. And this had happened in May. And I continue on from that. May 25th, your press reports. Why we give so much importance to the press is because the press is the fourth pillar of democracy. We look forward to you to carry the news to our students because we are very concerned about them. 25th May, and I wish some of you go through this video which was uploaded by Mcta Monitor. 25th May. You will clearly hear the principals speaking out, saying, no, we are not ready. And this was a tripartite meeting held at the convention hall, in which our Honorable Education Minister was there, the VC was there. They had voiced out their opinions. June 1st, the Education Minister had stated, and he made a press statement, and this was in Mcta Times. The head of the institutions of the state have petitioned that they are not ready this academic session. So I had a personal one-to-one meeting with the head of the prominent institutions in the state. They are of the view that this session they are not ready to implement National Education Policy 2020. So we are communicating to all the heads of the institutions to write in black and white. Then, as a state government, we will communicate based on the report to the university. Press statement, Mcta Times. June 15th, again, this was when the Mcta government woke up. They constituted the MSEC. And if you look at what is written there, it is written, the Commission will advise the government on matters related to schools and college system, make strategic interventions and formulate policy decisions to bring about reforms in the school and higher education system. These reforms will align with the perspective of NEP 2020 and fulfill its principles and articulation. July 5th, this was when it was set up. Council of Nehu have duly endorsed the implementation of the NEP 2020. And with the implementation of the policy, the university will start a 4-year undergraduate program. And he said, the Academic Council and the Executive Council. Mind you, this is what he said in front of the press. July 22nd, the MCTA had a press conference here at Press Club, where we were not happy because we were not happy with the statement of the VC because he had said the Academic Council had endorsed the implementation. We at that point of time when we came to the press on July 22nd, we said no, the Academic Council had not discussed on implementation of NEP. No date, no session from when it was not decided. And these are there in the minutes of the Academic Council. How could he make such a wrong statement? Because the Academic Council is the highest body in the university. Then we have July 26, another press briefing. And this was done by Professor Ghansham Bays of Nehu, Chemistry Department, who was always with the VC. He admitted that the Academic Council had not mentioned the year of implementation of NEP 2020, asserted that the Executive Council of the university has to implement the policy and not the Academic Council. He comes out finally with the truth that no, it's not the Academic Council, the highest body. It seems like the Executive Council has overridden the Academic Council. July 26, again another press briefing, in which our Honorable Education Minister stated to the press that the state government has written to the Nehu Vice Chancellor 3 times, May 17, June 27th and June 25th, that the higher educational institutions, that is the colleges, are not ready to implement it this year. July 27th, Doordarshan News informs that 33 colleges are not ready to implement NEP. 33 colleges in the state. 33, mind you. These are statements made to the press. July 29th, there was a press release by the government of Meghalaya. It's there in the public domain. This is the press release. And I would like to read. The Education Department, Government of Meghalaya, had a joint meeting with Nehu principals. This was 25th May. This is reported in the press release given by the government. The same will not be able to implement in the academic session 2023-24 as sensitization of teachers and students, preparation of prospectus in line with NEP 2020 for training, because there are many new courses in this NEP, like MDCs and SECs. We are all teachers appointed in a specific discipline. Now, I don't know where in the government of Meghalaya has, personality development teachers or public speaking teachers. These are the courses in the MDC. We don't have. And to be very honest with you, I don't think I have the confidence also to go and just talk like an expert and go and teach the students. We need a proper training for this. In order, this press conference reads again, the press release, in order to successfully implement the recommendation of NEP, the Education Department, through the Directorate of Higher and Technical Education, proposed to host numerous workshops for HEIs in the state on the themes and actions points as pointed by the Ministry of Education in order to provide appropriate capacity building for the implementation of NEP 2020. 26th August. Nehuta, the Nehu Teachers Association, they also were against this statement made by the VC. Now my question, and I would like to address the students, the parents, and the press. Is Mcta only wrong? If you say yes, then are the Nehu Teachers Association also wrong? Don't we know that in order to prepare something or implement anything, we need to be prepared? For a simple birthday party, if I have a birthday party in my house, I will prepare for it. How can this be preparation? I don't know what happened between these dates. I really don't know. I fail to rationalize also. From July 31st, what magic wand did they have and did they wave, as in the fairy tales, that we become prepared by 1st of August? This is the students' careers that are at stake. We are not against NEP, we are against this hurried implementation. We are all for NEP. But anything done without proper implementation, without proper preparation, might lead to a disaster. Then who will be held accountable? That is my question.
Has given you the hard facts. Where can we run away from these facts? Our legitimate demand has found support from Nehuta under the presidency of Professor Lakhon Kumar. They are right-thinking, informed intellectuals. 102 members, they were having a unanimous decision that this notification must be withdrawn. Mcta is responsible for this? Think again. Mcta is unjustified? Think again. If the Honorable Chief Minister remarked, stress that the concerns of Mcta
they are genuine, then why is it taking so long to start the process of preparing the teachers? And I say here, I remember of one saying which says, nothing is more fatal than lack of preparation. We go to the class, we fail to prepare. What happened in the classroom? Commotion, chaos sets in. And here we have a long-term goal, a goal to shape the future of the nation. It is being shaped in the classrooms. Dear students, think about it. Ask those who know about NEP. Because the NEP that is being offered to you, my dear students, you are being blackmailed. I would like to hesitate. I hesitate to use that word, but I have to. Because as Madam Amanda said, what magic wand? Who handed that magic wand? That within a matter of a fortnight or 2 days or 3 days, that from impossible, it is turning into possible. Children, students, we are thinking for you. It is you who should apply the pressure. Parents, what we are talking about, NEP, is only a nomenclature change from an old course to a new course. And as she said, SEC, AEC, and in the semesters to come, VECs and many other components, MPCs. Are you being informed about all this? Yes, but what are the implications of undergoing through these courses? What are the benefits of it? And what are the requirements to make it effective? Parents and students and the general public, we are standing on a platform where we are fighting for what is just and for a bright future of our students. We do not know what the future holds for them in this situation where NEP is only a very small package at the moment. What has been taught in the schools, in the colleges today? How much of SEC is happening? How much of skill development is happening? Is it not time when you roll out NEP that these should also go simultaneously? It is not only, the lecture method that demands here, that comes into play. It entails development of skills and capacities. If NEP talks about link with vocationalization and employability, and employment or the employability skills, let us look at that. And I say what I said, nothing is more fatal than lack of preparation. The colleges are not prepared. The state government, they are not prepared. And still, they say we are ready, except for the 33 colleges. The single stream, what is happening to them? Where is NEP? NEP talks about at least 2 streams. Why do we ignore these technicalities? This is a point to be noted. And audience, who are not here and who are listening, these are certain issues that we need to address. In the long run, we are not concerned. We are concerned about the lie, the blatant lie. And how do we expect the edifice, the structure of education, and also of the society, to be built on that lie? And this book, I'm taking this because this is becoming, a kind of a guideline. You just download it, you will get it from the Ministry of Education. That implementation will be guided by the following principles. And principle number 1, implementation of the spirit and intent of the policy will be the most critical matter. We are questioning that. What is the intent of that hurriedness? And as Sir, we need to emphasize and reiterate on why we have come before you and why we need to tell the general public. It is because of a serious offense that has been committed in that temple, the temple where they decide about the future of our children, the college, the undergraduate, and the postgraduate. There it went wrong. So I keep asking this question: are we unjustified?